On World Electric Vehicle Day, India launched the commercial test run for electric trucks in Tamil Nadu, the truck's capital of the country, in a bid to get credible data on the cost benefits of electric trucks. So diesel trucks could go electric. Now, India also has an ambition plan to convert 5,500 kilometers of highways into electric vehicle highways. And that task, they have set a deadline of another 6 years from now by 2030 with large charging stations every 50 kilometers. And they've also assured battery backup support for stranded vehicles in 30 minutes on these highways. NDTV Sam Daniel spoke to the project director of the National Highways for Electric Vehicles as he hopped onto the electric truck on that test run. Take a look.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
What exactly is this kind of a test ride demonstrating?
I think electric trucks, buses, cars, they have been existing in the ecosystem for a long period now. Also the chargers. Both of them, they create a good, realistically very economical way of moving. But they did not got the adoption that we expected. So technical trial, regulatory trial companies does within their premises. This is a commercial trial. This will give a speed to commercial adoption and answer all questions that commercial adoption, commercial decision require.
So if it's an e-highway, what does it mean for an electric car or electric truck?
For audience of NDTV, this is very interesting question. E-highway means if you shut down with your electric vehicle on a highway, within 30 minutes you get a backup with a battery with a connector by the nearest charging station which is having 2 roadside assistant vehicle. Second, if you are on the e-highway, we will also get charging station after each 50 kilometer, a big one, not a small 1-2 dhaba charger. And this big charging station is having all type of chargers for vehicle, for buses, for trucks, for freight, for 2-wheeler, 3-wheeler. And these e-highways are also equipped with a certain amount of services, a certain amount of confirmation that you can take this without worrying on.
How important is for the traditional diesel trucks to switch to electric?
For diesel truck, it is much more important because diesel trucks currently in use are under tremendous pressure of lot of international and national compliances. They have to reduce their carbon footprint. Companies who are using diesel truck, they also have to reduce that carbon footprint. If they will not reduce, then going ahead there are a lot of export issues going to come up, lot of production sustainability issue, even indexing of these companies into the stock exchange might get affected coming.
What will be the cost in terms of comparison, diesel trucks versus electric, and will it also increase the costs for consumers?
So national ambition of logistic expenditure is from 14% to 9%. Is to come in between. Our Minister of Road Transport and Highway has been working relentlessly on this to reduce logistic cost to 1 digit. Now, how much we will be able to deliver, that's the answer which Tamil Nadu is going to give to people. Correct information for policy making, for adoption, for financing, for deployment, for land, for power, all of them they will get an answer.
You said if any electric vehicle requires help on these highways, you will get it in 30 minutes. Does it mean the government is setting up this infrastructure in terms of charging points, in terms of service teams there?
This is a bad idea to give entire responsibility to government to create a network which is look like and which is worth like petrol pump for this new tech.
Right.
It's a good idea to bring PPP model. So all this station and the assets which will come up after the trial, they will be divided between public, private and people. And the best part of this ecosystem is if you are going to set up a charging station as an individual, you don't need a license like petrol pump. Anybody, everybody who are listening me on the NDTV should know this, that you can own a charging station without license. And these stations are the future petrol pumps.
Target across India in terms of getting these EV highways ready, and how many vehicles you have in mind in the first 2 or 3 years?
Germany has an ambition of 4,000 kilometer e-highway by 2030. India has an ambition of 5,500 kilometer e-highway by 2030.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abhijit Sinha, for your time. That was Mr. Abhijit Sinha, the National Program Director for the EV Highways, talking to us as we are on a test tech trial run of an electric truck between Chennai and Trichy going on. With Suresh in Chennai, Sam Daniel, Find TV.